I want to say first off, congrats on this movie getting a 40th anniversary re-release. Just how does it feel to be
Thanks.
still talking about it right now?
The reality of this film enduring and seemingly only becoming more appreciated with time is I must say, it's very gratifying. It's almost like a little bit of vindication, frankly.
Right? Justice for Grease too.
Yeah, really. Thanks, pal. Because as you know, the film did crash and burn at the box office. And for some reason, there's been an odd level of derision about the film for so long. People just always love to slate Grease too. And I was like, what's the problem with this film? It was a hell of a lot of fun to make. And I think it's very apparent up on the screen.
Yeah, no, you all look like you're having a blast.
Yeah, we sure were. And yet at the same time, we were telling a really good story too. It was a really cool story. And so for the film, as I said, to finally be sort of actually kind of, mainly it's your generation.
Yeah.
Who are now having, you're influencing people. Because actually I've always said this, public relations and press is what makes or breaks you. It's amazing what perception is all, in terms of what is perception. So people now who are in a position of influence, who have followings or are driving, interaction on the internet, the fact that you guys like are championing the film is kind of cool. And I'll happily be the Eminence Grease. I'll play the old man. In fact,
right?
I'll play the sort of come out like the Wizard of Oz, come out from behind the curtain.
And you mentioned how it was so much fun to film. I'm just curious whether there was a point in production where some of you maybe started to think that maybe this wouldn't work the way you had initially hoped it would.
Oh no, we were believing it right up to opening weekend. We had two incredible premieres. Alan Carr, our lead producer, along with Robert Stigwood, but Alan was the face of the Grease franchise. Alan threw two amazing premieres, one at the Ziegfeld Theater in New York.
Mm-hmm. The pictures from that I was looking at today, they are great. Just you and Michelle together. We were very, very excited because the film got rush released. We only finished shooting it in like February, and this is a musical. This isn't just straight ahead drama. This is a musical, which means there was mixing of the soundtrack, and we opened on Labor Day week, Memorial Weekend 1982, and so that's literally like 2 months later the film opened. That's insane.
10 weeks later. And then the other premiere was a week later. We had it at what was then called the Cinerama Dome, now is the ArcLight. We had no idea that the film was going to formally open a couple of weeks later and open opposite E.T. And Juliet, my wife, and I were online for that very first Friday screening of E.T. Everyone couldn't wait to see E.T. We were sitting there innocently tossing back our Reese's Pieces with all the rest of the moviegoers,
contributing to the competition.
Yeah, and I had no idea this creature was going to eat our lunch.
So once it does open and you do start seeing the box office receipts, are there conversations between you and your co-stars? Have you and Michelle like commiserated over it since? I mean,
she never looked back. Michelle rose like a phoenix. She showed up in Scarface.
Right, she got Scarface, which
so she just took off like I said, like a fabulous phoenix. No, we were all a bit let down by it, but Adrian Zmed and I both bounced into TV shows. I didn't work for like practically 2 years. I was stone cold dead in Hollywood. I had a 3-picture deal going into that movie with Paramount, and it just died a death because
more Grease movies, or just with Paramount?
No, I owed Paramount 2 more movies, and because they'd given me this huge break.
Yeah. And so they wanted to stitch me up for 2 more movies of their choosing, as long as I wanted to make them. But because the film was so rush released, the film came and went, and they didn't exercise their option. Adrian got T.J. Hooker opposite William Shatner, and I got to do another sequel to Dynasty, the Colby.
The Colbys,
yeah. So that was, and funnily enough, the Colby shot at the Paramount lot. Yeah, so that was great. Yeah. I wish I'd have happily been a contract player. Let me tell you, I think I missed my era. I think I should have come along in the 40s.
Right, just a few years too late.
Yeah.
Now, being born in '83, I was a teenager when Empire Records came out, another big cult classic that
did you see that? What age did you see Empire Records?
I mean, it came out in '95, so I was 12, 13.
And
so I was like,
you saw it initially in its initial release. Well,
my friends would have sleepovers watching it. We were obsessed.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Yeah. Well, then you've been part of what's kept that film alive, because that film again was just absolutely died a hideous death.
Yeah.
And nobody came out and supported the movie. The film obviously wasn't marketed well or promoted well, and it's very expensive to keep a film out there, hoping that it'll find its audience. And thank God for cable TV. That's all I can say. And video.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, just to have 2 of these cult classics, are they still projects you obviously still get a lot of notoriety for, despite having, other more successful ventures?
Yes. No, I would say those are the 2 things. I mean, it'll probably be on my tombstone. Here lies Rex Manning.
April 8th, Rex Manning Day.
Yeah. Maybe we should come up with Rex Ryder Day or something.
Right, a nice mashup.
Yeah. And then they'll go, oh, wait a minute. They'll go, oh, wait a minute. That guy, Caulfield. Oh, yes. Actually, he's actually pretty damn good. Maybe we should use him some more. It's a tough racket, let me tell you. And everybody knows that going in, Only, I remember I used to quote it myself when I was one of the actors lucky enough to be in that top 3 percentile who worked in the Screen Actors Guild. But it's like so much in society now, it's that echelon, and you've got to. I always think of it. The other thing I equate it with is like getting into a nightclub, getting past the velvet ropes, and then you just got to try and stay in the nightclub and not get thrown out the fire exit.
And last question I have for you is,
yes.
I know.
Please go ahead.
Paramount Plus also has a Grease prequel series coming out, Rise of the Pink Ladies. I'm just curious if you have advice for people that are stepping into the footsteps of this, this Grease world.
I think a lot of young people these days realize they're going to have to be very professional, not let it go to their head, and just concentrate on the work. Just let the work speak for itself. Don't believe your own press. Don't project too far ahead. I mean, by all means, visualize wonderful things, but don't expect things.
Maybe don't be quoted in magazine interviews saying next year I'll be the.
Well,
I know it's what you were being told.
Well, I wanted to believe it, and I was very lucky. But luck is where the residue of what is it? Fortune meets design. Something about, anyway. The bottom line is that you keeping your imagination alive, and I is the key to it all. Don't be too downhearted. You just keep the dream alive. Whatever that dream of yours is, hold on to it. No matter what you have to endure, keep that dream alive. And I could say to myself, hear your own words. Like they say, doctor, heal yourself.